Hello again, starting off with a 1940s video. It's been like 5 days since the last one, the 1930s. Still haven't gotten Patron or Pro. That's, I don't know, maybe I'll get it at Christmas, who knows. Um, so I started to. I'm gonna show my list a different way using this landscape. I guess you can see my ratings. Kind of the first half of this decade is much stronger than the second half, as you can see. But let's start off with Rope, Alfred Hitchcock's #1 movie in my opinion, 1948. So this movie, it follows kind of the peak style of Hitchcock, kind of encapsulating the thriller, horror, mystery style. I think this does that best, only by a little. It's You got Psycho, which you'll see later, which is in my top 100. It's only just right underneath for now. But yeah. So we got with Rope. Obviously, I think Hitchcock kind of owned the 40s and the 50s in this genre specifically. He's got all those Oscars, but this was actually not the movie that gave him his only Best Picture. That was #2 on this list. Fun fact. But I think that what really makes this movie #1 is that it like, for me, a movie's got to grip me right from the start. Like, you only got to, like, I'm not trying to wait a third of the movie to really be invested in the characters, and this is a great movie that suits my thoughts and opinions about how I watch film very well. Kind of instantly, a lot of Hitchcock's films, it gives you the main characters, and it throws at you their plan, their what these characters are about, and then we get to just see everything unfold. But yeah, so this movie, it's a bottle film. It takes place in this apartment the whole time. The camera doing a little bit of tracking, kind of staying stationary in a lot of shots, showing the whole room at once, everyone's body language and how they look at each other, stuff like that. They got a few close-ups to really show the emotion. I'll go into that later, but the tension, suspense really gets me going in this and a lot of other Hitchcock films. And I think that the character dynamics, especially, let me look at their, between whoever, okay, Brandon Shaw and Philip Morgan, which in the banner, they're the two on the middle on the right. Those two have a great dynamic, as well as James Stewart, who's on the left, who plays kind of the detective-esque kind of character. But from I'm not gonna keep trying to remember the names, but the guy on the right, I think that he does a great job of. If you've seen the film, you know he plays the character that's kind of in too deep and doesn't know how to escape, and the guy in the middle kind of drags him along, and then you got James Stewart's character kind of really dissecting everything that the viewer already knows. So the whole thing is just fantastic. But yeah, I'm gonna move on to my #2, which is another Hitchcock surprise. Rebecca, gave that a 4-star. It is black and white, but honestly, it doesn't even distract from how good this movie is. This is a very strong 4-star for me. It's like it's a top 5 Hitchcock, I believe, on my list. Yeah, so the plot is great. If you haven't seen it, it's basically about a woman who marries a rich guy, kind of out of the blue, and then she is kind of moves into his house, and she kind of finds out new things about the guy and what the life at the house used to be like. She finds that she's a replacement for his ex-wife, and you're also, one of the main things is that you're left wondering, which is unlike a lot of the other Hitchcock movies, because obviously I feel like a Hitchcock movie, like North by Northwest or something like that, that kind of, it's kind of a zigzag, like the plot goes everywhere, but you kind of know the deal, know all the details about everything's kind of fed to you. It's still a fun ride, but everything's fed to you. With Rebecca, it's like we're also not in the know, just like the main actress in this movie. We're figuring it out as she does, and that's not something unheard of. But if you've seen the film, you know that it does it super well. A lot of people will tell you towards the later part of the movie kind of drags or it doesn't hold up as well. It's still good though, and I think that us finding out along with her about her husband's life and how his ex-wife, dead wife Rebecca, what she was like, that was pretty good to see. There's a lot of secrets everywhere. Everywhere you turn, there's something new that you're trying to think about. What does that mean? What does this mean? I kind of feel like you can see in the banner here, the person on the right, that is the housemaid that has been with the been working there for years on end. A lot of people, including me, will tell you that she is the best character. She creates the environment around her. I feel like very tense, and even with her acting is great. It's nothing over the top. It suits the film very well. Nothing over the top. It can be subtle and monotone, but it really gets the point through that this is something that the whole circumstance is really just encapsulating, especially because of her. So I gave it a 4-star. Next, It's a Wonderful Life. James Stewart again. He was in a lot of Hitchcock movies, a lot of 40s and 50s movies, so you're going to see him on the Hitchcock list a lot. You're going to see him again in my 50s list, and maybe one time in my 60s list. But yeah, he's kind of like, I feel like Hitchcock and James Stewart is kind of like DiCaprio and DiCaprio / De Niro with Scorsese. So I don't know. Every now and then you got an actor director duo that kind of does a lot of stuff together. I mean, another example is Emma Stone, Yorgos Lanthimos. They're always doing stuff together. They got a new film coming out, I don't know, later this year or something. But It's a Wonderful Life, I gave it 4 stars. You could convince me as a 3. I think I raised it from a 3.5. I mean, you could convince me for a 3.5. It was a 3.5 when I first watched it. I only recently gave it a 4 just because, like, I kind of looked at my other 4s. I thought it fitted better here. I don't know. I mean, it kind of does it's a pioneer because it kind of does the it was all a dream sequence or Christmas miracle hallucination stuff. I mean, that's pretty cool. I just thought did nothing bad. It was pretty good, pretty enjoyable, good acting overall. I mean, obviously we know what's trying to be told to us is pretty in our face, but that doesn't distract from the fact that it's still pretty good movie. I mean, a lot of other movies have done that before, like an exact copy, but not even Christmas themed is the 17 again with Zac Efron and I forgot his name, Matthew Perry. Yeah, that is basically this movie modernized. But yeah, still 4 out of 5. Good stuff. Probably a light 4. And then Bicycle Thieves. This was teetering on 3.5, 4 for a bit. I think it suits more 3.5. Good plot, basic plot, still enjoyable. Really it really it's I don't know. I feel like even maybe it's just because I decided to be locked in when I was watching this, but because usually for foreign films sometimes I won't be locked in and I'll give it a super low score, but for this one I was into it from the start and never really looked away from the screen. It's kind of a the whole thing was a I'll say it was a cat and mouse, but not like nothing like The Departed or anything like that. It's kind of just uh not one dimensional, just no twists or turns or anything, just kind of simple, which is fun, entertaining with and it's very wholesome. You got this especially with the father here and his son towards the end of the movie. Their little connection. I mean, it's nothing like groundbreaking, but I liked it. And the thing is, at the end, so my whole thought process was because I had already thought about, oh, okay, so this guy, he's gonna get his bike stolen, he's gonna find it, he's gonna something's gonna happen with whoever stole it, and then I don't know, happy ending. Nope, that just didn't happen whatsoever. Uh, that's, I mean, it kind of caught me off guard. I was like, what the heck? What's going on here? Because if you haven't seen it, at the end, he finds the thief who stole his bike, but he has no proof. And the whole community, well, not the whole, the community that the thief lives in, they vouch for him. And what's the main character's name? Antonio. Yeah, so Antonio is basically screwed because he has no proof that that guy has his bike, but he knows for a fact that he has it. And yeah, at the end of the movie, he actually tries to steal another bike. He gets like assaulted, and then he moves on with his life. Well, that's where it cuts off. We don't see what happens after. Basically, we see him move on with his life. He's got no bike because the whole thing is, in order for him to work his job, as you can see in the description, he needs a bike. So now he's got no bike, he's got no job, and then we're just left like that. So it's very bold decision by the director. I think it worked pretty well. I mean, besides the son, the wife, she was a good character, but I mean, but the Antonio is kind of all that matters basically. I mean, he's got his friend that helped him find the bike. I thought he had a very clever way of finding them. But yeah, that's about it for Bicycle Thieves. Pretty good. Okay, so now we're entering the bottom of the barrel territory. Fantasia was, I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen it in so long. I just remember parts of it. If you gave me like some stills or screenshots, I'd be like, yeah, I'd be able to identify it, but couldn't really tell you the plot. I just remember I was young. I saw it. I thought it was fine, I guess. So I gave it a 3. I mean, maybe it's a 2.5. I don't know. But yeah, for 3 stars, that's fine. One of the first animated Disney movies, colorized. I believe so. I don't know. Cool looking art. That's what I really remember. The way it looks, especially for the time, it is great. But besides that, I don't have too much to say. Props to the artist for this movie, though. I don't know who that would be. Crew. Yeah, I have no clue. Anyway, move on to Bambi, number 6. Overrated, pretty garbage. Bambi's kind of just and I don't know, like, dude, this movie was like such a bore to get through because I don't care about this stupid deer. Yeah, it's great drawing and people love it because revolutionary and all that crap. I just don't care, dude. Like, I honestly do not care at all. And I gave it a 2.5 because of what it does for what it did for the animated industry. But besides that, just nothing crazy. I just couldn't care. Same with Citizen Kane. Extremely overrated. I don't care what anyone says. 2.5, 1.5 actually. I'm in the minority, but I don't care, dude. I actually, this movie wasn't me just like turning it on and like not even trying to get into it. Like, I tried to get into it. It was just This was like if a teacher in your literature class asked you to read some book that you could not care less about. That was this. Like, I get the whole thing with the what is it? This, all the symbolism and stuff like that, but if this is a book, it probably would have been better. I don't know if it is. I'll just search that up later, but I'm not reading the book, but it's probably better. But yeah, extremely overrated piece of crap. And yeah, same with, I'm gonna blitz through these final three. Shadow. Okay, so the thing is, I don't even remember these final three that much. Let me read the description. Um. Yep, something about murder, something about secrets, typical Hitchcock. I mean, I really tried to like this, just didn't care. Maybe because sometimes a black and white will really take me out of it, or sometimes I'm just not in the mood. But I honestly even think that if I rewatch this, I wouldn't care at all. Spellbound, I just remember it being pretty crappy. It's probably because I was spamming Hitchcock back to back to back. I remember like watching, I think I might have been Spellbound or How to Catch a Thief. I can't remember. I was watching one of those in the back of my class at school. I just couldn't care. Even if I was sitting watching on the big screen, maybe it would have gotten like a 2.5, but 2.5, 1 star, all the same basically. Like, it's just not good. Casablanca. Yeah, this is on my overrated list. Not much to say. Just didn't care. Boring. I don't. This. What? Well, let me see what genre this is. Drama, romance. Okay. Usually that's a genre that would get me, but I think it's like, I don't know. I don't even know why I didn't like it. It's just, maybe it's a black and white thing again. I don't know. It just really didn't get me. It didn't captivate me at all. I mean, that's all I really have to say about the 40s. Um, for I'd say for the most part, it was good. Hitchcock definitely played a big part in that, but yeah, I don't know. Next time it'll be the 50s. So that's something to look forward to, I guess. But yeah, that's all I got.